Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I want to talk about whether the Neakasa M1 is safe, and there's a really important reason I'm making this video right now. And this video is not going to be as polished or scripted as a lot of my usual videos, but if you've been on this channel for a while, you'll know that I do own a Neakasa M1 smart litter box, which I purchased for myself back in July last year. Now on this channel, I do have a full review of the Neakasa M1. I've got a video of how to change the stickers and how to change the mat as well. But this video is really important to watch if you are thinking about buying one. And the bottom line is, at the moment, you should hold off. Now, about 6 weeks ago, there was an incident involving the Neakasa M1 where someone's cat nearly got crushed by it. And basically what happened, from what Neakasa have said, is that the magnets failed. That meant the point during the cleaning cycle when the magnets would stop it coming forward didn't work. And as a result, it kept coming forward, and because the cat had its head in the way, the cat started to get crushed. Now, thankfully, the owner managed to rescue the cat, and the cat was perfectly fine after being checked out by a vet. At the time, Neakasa reached out to the owner, they got the logs and they got the litter tray so they could work out exactly what happened. And the result of those checks was that Neakasa basically said the magnets in the mat that help it detect where the kind of stop points are had failed. And as a result, it had kept going round when it shouldn't have done. Now, Neakasa responded very quickly with two different things. Firstly, they pushed out a firmware update, which is the version you are seeing on your screens right now. That firmware update put in a fix that basically means if it doesn't detect those magnets when it gets to that point, the litter tray will stop operation. That means if it is a magnet fault, it shouldn't do this. The second thing Neakasa said was that they sort of needed to redesign the cog so that kind of overturn couldn't happen. Now, temporarily, they gave people a 3D print that they could get printed themselves and put into the turning mechanism, although this 3D print a lot of people found didn't actually work. Now, so for me personally, since that incident happened, I installed the firmware, but I didn't try the 3D fix, mostly because I read that it wasn't working for people. However, people had tested and confirmed that with that firmware update, this issue wasn't happening. And then this morning, a post surfaced on the Neakasa M1 Facebook group that someone else reposted from Vietnam, where someone had said that their cat had been killed by being crushed by the Neakasa M1. Now, I advise you not to go searching for it because there is a picture that goes with it, and in all honesty, it's not something I want to see again. I'm not going to describe it, but I would say from the picture of the cat was probably reasonably young. And as a cat owner and a cat lover, it is incredibly sad. And as a result of that, Neakasa have been made aware and they have published a statement today. And this is what Neakasa say. So they say, today we came across a heartbreaking post on social media from a user who shared the devastating news that their beloved cat passed away while using the Neakasa M1 automatic litter box. According to preliminary information, the incident was caused by a detached magnet in the silicone mat. So that's the same issue that the last one had. We are deeply saddened by this loss. As a brand that places pet safety at the core of everything we do, we are truly heartbroken and extend our sincerest condolences to the family at this difficult time. Our team has launched an immediate internal investigation and is actively attempting to reach the affected users to offer our full support and better understand the details of the case. If you have any information about the user involved, we kindly ask you to share it with us and then give the email address. We also hope the affected user will contact us directly after seeing this statement. Our product and engineering teams are continuing the investigation and we will share any further updates within 7 business days. We remain committed to transparency, responsibility and continuous improvement. At Neakasa, we understand that every product we deliver is more than just a device, it is a promise of safety to every pet family. We are taking this incident with the utmost seriousness. To the affected families, we express our deepest apologies. This incident is a profound lesson for our entire team and we remain fully committed to continuous improvement to deliver smarter, safer and more compassionate products in the future. We are committed to earning and maintaining the trust of pet families around the world and will continue working tirelessly to ensure the safety and well-being of every beloved companion. Now, firstly, I think it's good that Neakasa have responded so quickly. That post was put on the Neakasa owners Facebook group within about 2 hours of someone posting about this other incident. Secondly, though, it is terrible that Neakasa have not put this on their own social media. This is not on their website, it's not on their official Facebook page, and I haven't checked their other socials to see, but I suspect that remains true. The other thing to note is it sounds like that this incident was a result of someone not having the latest firmware, which whilst it has been out about a month now, not everyone has their Neakasa hooked up to Wi-Fi, and that means not everyone has the latest firmware. So the first thing everyone should do if you have a Neakasa M1 is go into your Neakasa app and make sure you have that version of the firmware. I'm showing you on screen right now the process to get to that page. If you don't have it, make sure you update to it. And if you don't have the option to update it, contact Neakasa. The email address will be in the description for this video. In the meantime, make sure you put it into either kitten mode or into manual mode only. That means it will only be activated if you choose to activate it when you can monitor it. Now, it's worth noting that this incident has not been officially verified yet, and Neakasa have not yet been able, as far as we know, to reach the owner. However, unless someone has gone to a great length to generate a picture that looks like a cat has been injured by the Neakasa M1, I think it's highly likely that this is a legitimate thing. So if, like me, you are a Neakasa owner, what can you do? So as I said, firstly, you can just put it into manual mode. You can put it into manual mode and you can only operate it when you decide to from your phone. You can do that when you can keep an eye on the litter box to make sure the cats aren't near it, or when you can see it on a camera. I have a camera above mine. The camera costs about £20 and I'll put a link to that below. Secondly, if you've only had it for about a month or maybe a little bit more, you should still see the return option in your Amazon orders. That means you can empty it, clean it up and send it back to Amazon to get your money back. Thirdly, if you've had it for longer than that but less than a year, it is still under warranty. And as part of consumer law, a company who sell you a product must sell you a product that is fit for purpose. Now, these are very grey lines at the moment and I'm not an expert in consumer law, but I am based in the UK. So what I have done is I've currently emailed Neakasa support and I've said, this is when I got it, this is what I've seen online and your response, and I am concerned. I've said I'd like to know what your plan is and if you are willing to give me a refund. Now, I doubt Neakasa are going to say yes, although I did throw the words consumer law into it, so that might give them a nudge. What I will do is when they reply, I will put the reply to that email below, and I will also put a copy of the email that I sent below right now. Now, it was an email I typed very quickly on my phone, so it's not the most polished thing in the world, but take it, use it as a basis and make it your own. Now, it is however worth noting in this video that I have been using a Neakasa M1 since July last year. And in that time, I have had no issues with it. I have had no safety concerns, it has worked perfectly, and it is a product that up until I was reading this stuff about it this morning, I was really happy with. I was running the latest firmware after that last incident, and I was pretty confident that it was safe for my cats. I do, however, want to make sure it continues to be safe for my cats. And I think that's something all of us who've got cats will agree, because they're not just pets, they're parts of our family. It's for that reason I actually have a camera above mine, so I can keep an eye on the health of my cats when they're using it, because I don't see them doing their thing and dig it out all the time. It's also for that reason, as a smart home nerd, I'm wondering if there's scope to do something like hook it up to a smart plug and have a motion sensor nearby and kind of have one detect the other and toggle off the power. Maybe that's an extra safety mechanism in the meantime, and it's just something I've been thinking about. If you want to help me think about that and think that through and work out what that might look like, then let me know below, because I'd love to know some extra ideas for this. In the meantime, however, as I've said in this video, it's still early days. Neakasa has said they're going to come back to owners within 7 business days, but there are, of course, the things I've talked about in this video you should do. So you should make sure your firmware is up to date, and if it's not and you don't have the option, contact Neakasa. If you're concerned about the safety of your cats and you've only had it for about a month and you got it through Amazon, then go through the returns on Amazon. If you had it for longer and you're concerned about the safety of your cats, then email Neakasa. The only way they're going to get hounded about people being concerned about this is if people post it. Not everyone who owns one is in the Facebook group, and they're not posting this on their social media. And fourthly, switch it into manual mode or kitten mode so that only you can trigger it, or make sure you're around to monitor it. Now, I'm lucky in that neither of our cats pay any attention to it when it's going. They literally go into it, do their thing and run away somewhere else. However, I will be hooking up a smart plug to it, so along with that camera I can toggle it off in an emergency if I need to. I'll put a link below to a good smart plug that I use for Apple Home stuff. Finally, I want to say in this video, if the person who's been affected directly by this is watching this video, I am really sorry for your loss. Our cats are some of the best parts of our lives. They bring a lot of joy to us, and I know I would be heartbroken if it happened to one of mine. I will make sure I keep the description below updated with anything else, and I will also be making sure I link to this video on my Neakasa reviews and my other Neakasa videos. I'm not taking them down because people find those reviews, and if I've got a review people are finding and I can warn them about this and let them know they need to watch this before making a purchase, then that's what I want to do, rather than take it down and find that people are kind of buying one anyway because they find other reviews that haven't flagged this. Of course, if Neakasa managed to sort it and turn around and make everything right for people and give out new cogs and all sorts, then I will update this video as well and make a subsequent video. But at the moment, this literally happened today, and I think it's really important that something comes out about this. I will see you guys again soon.